Isabelle breaks her promise. The hours pass quickly. The sun rose, and it seemed a warm day would follow. Zanina had barely opened her eyes when 3 loud knocks urged her to get up. Joseph's voice commanded her to open the door quickly, or else he would drop the milk and bread he was holding. Before she could open the door, Joseph began to complain. "I want you to inform me every time you leave your room at night, and I advise you to stop keeping company with that wretched girl, Isabelle." "Wait a minute, I didn't." Zanina, angry, rose from her bed, opened the door, and looked at Joseph to demand an explanation. But he placed the tray on the floor and vanished. "Thanks," she muttered to the empty space, picked up the tray, and closed the door. "He surely lost his mind," she murmured, as she sat at the table to eat her breakfast, saying a small prayer first. While eating, she noticed a book on the table and absent-mindedly flipped through it. On the first page, she stumbled upon a dedication to my beloved wife and daughter, Sarah and Zanina. "You have made me the happiest man on earth. I will love you forever." Zanina? That name sounds familiar, but I can't imagine how this book ended up here. And since my name isn't written on it, it can't be mine. She dismissed the book and focused on her meal. Thankfully, today's bread is soft and the milk is tasty. I owe this to Isabelle. Though I don't want to see her again, I must thank her. But what about the gentleman who tried to save me? What was his name? She asked herself. "James," she exclaimed, and continued. "He mustn't be punished. He's innocent. I have a terrible headache." Zanina complained, holding her head with both hands. She recalled the previous wretched night and felt even worse when she put herself in James's position. The poor soul. He's in prison because of me. Zanina thought sorrowfully and continued. I must give him a chance. I have to accept that his face seems familiar and that he knows my past since he called me Zanina, which matches the name in the book. I'm sure he can provide more information about me and my family. Could my mother have called me Zanina when I was young? Does James know where my parents are? Could I not be an orphan after all? Countless questions and thoughts swirled in her mind. Eventually, she decided that the only way to save James from prison was to seek help from Isabelle, despite her mistrust. Another unsolved mystery remained. The chest. What could be inside? It looks new, and I hope it opens easily. There's nothing left but to try. Without wasting time and with some effort, the chest opened. She examined it for a moment and noticed that it contained only a fabric pouch filled with gold coins, enough to support an entire family for many years. Could I have inherited this from my parents? But why can't I remember anything? Zanina felt very confused, but resolved to do whatever it took to find answers. She stood up and headed for the door to inform Isabelle, who was staying in the next room, about her plans. Before she left her room, she heard a noise. Listening closely, she assumed it was Isabelle. Her guess was correct when she heard her knocking on the door and saying, "Josephine, it's Isabelle, open up." Zanina quickly hid the pouch of coins and the book in the chest, closed it and covered it with a sheet. She inspected her room to ensure there was nothing personal that she didn't want Isabelle to see. Satisfied, she opened the door. "We need to talk," Isabelle said hastily, stepping inside and sitting down. "I'll never get rid of this girl," Zanina thought, but since she owed her a small favor, she decided to be patient a little longer. "I want to thank you for ordering Joseph to bring me food." "All right, fine. That's not why I came here." Isabelle brushed off the thanks, clearly preoccupied with something else. She asked, Do you care about young James's fate? Zanina was torn between finding a solution for James's fate on her own or trusting Isabelle. Of course, I care. He's innocent and does not deserve to go to prison. Isabelle didn't pay attention to Zanina's response, as her gaze had shifted to the covered chest, her expression resembling a child yearning for a treat. Isabelle, are you listening to me? Zanina asked impatiently. What did you say? Yes, yes. Isabelle dismissed her, looked around, and changed the subject. Nice room. It's definitely better than ours. How much do you pay per month? Isabelle asked curiously, but Zanina couldn't recall the rent and didn't want to raise suspicion. All that mattered to her was James's case. Look, we have no time to waste. Do you have a plan to free James? If you haven't thought of a solution, we must part ways. And, Josephine, you're upsetting me. Do you want to get rid of me? For now, I'll pretend I didn't hear your last remark and confide in you. I have a plan. But first, you must promise me you have no feelings for James. Although Zanina was taken aback by Isabelle's sudden and unexpected request, she responded without hesitation. Of course, I don't love James. All I want from you is to do whatever it takes to ensure your brothers are not acquitted. They'll only bring us trouble. You have my word. I won't do anything reckless, but if I find out there's something going on between you and James, you'll both regret it, Isabelle threatened. Zanina, meanwhile, mused absent-mindedly. Isabelle is nothing more than a common criminal. Hatred has consumed her mind. Then she spoke with certainty. Very well, everything will go as agreed, but you still haven't told me. What's your plan? I know the prosecutor well. He owes me a favor. You probably have a bad relationship with him rather than a good one, Zanina remarked. Isabelle shot her a sad yet ironic look, choosing to ignore the comment. Instead, she added, I'll go speak with him, though he'll demand a hefty price in return. I'll have to do something more for him. If he informs my brothers that I helped one of their enemies, they will definitely not be acquitted and will likely be found guilty, and when they escape, they'll come after me for revenge. Isabelle was unpredictable, and fear began creeping into her voice. It was only a matter of time before she regretted their plan, unless Zanina managed to influence her. Everything will be fine. Rest assured, you're doing the right thing. You'll be saving an innocent man's life. Easy for you to say. You don't happen to have brothers like Jack and Pete, which is why you're so optimistic. Besides, I have no money to leave town when they come after me. If you hesitate now, the chance to save James will be lost. But I won't back down. I'll risk my life to free him from prison. You won't succeed alone, but you could do something for me. If you give me something for my trouble, I'll agree. For example, that. Isabelle abruptly stood up and pointed at the brown chest. The chest looks valuable. If you give it to me, I'll sell it. And as Isabelle envisioned the chest as a small treasure, Zanina confirmed her suspicion. People don't change. Isabelle had just proven that her only real concern was money. She also realized that if she revealed she had a pouch full of gold coins, Isabelle would either blackmail her, rob her, or worse, kill her. She needed to stall to avoid talking about money until she convinced Isabelle that the chest was worthless. The chest is worth nothing. It's old, understand? All right, Josephine, don't take everything so seriously. Well, I'm off. It's best if you stay here until I return. Keep an eye on Joseph. He's watching our movements and works with the police. Also, don't give anyone reason to talk. At the first opportunity, they'll turn us in. The police are eager to arrest innocent people like us in exchange for a little bread for the informers. Zanina walked Isabelle to the door and closed it behind her, smiling at her remark about being innocent. It doesn't matter, as long as she believes it. she thought. She then reflected on the meaning of kindness and innocence. No one can fully interpret the meaning of words except God. She stood motionless for a few moments, lost in thought, then decided not to follow Isabelle's advice to stay inside. Instead, she figured it would be a good idea to buy some meat and firewood and borrow a pot of water from Joseph to cook a soup. Before leaving her room, she hid the pouch of coins inside her dress and tucked her book beneath the mattress of her bed.